mission, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.
Yo, oh, my dog in the background. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna get my dog on real quick.
Yo, what's good,
happening?
What's the word? What's the word?
My dog on black people time, boy. I know you got some black people, boy.
I was trying to get Zach in real quick. He was having issues with it.
Oh, word. Is he straight, or he need us to send another link or something?
He should be good. He should be good.
Yeah, I'll pop him in whenever he pop him, man. How you feeling, man?
That's good, bro. How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. It's been long overdue. I'm glad we can lock in for sure, man. See y'all doing y'all thing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like me and you, but we'll wait a little bit before we get into talking. We'll wait for bro to get in. What's his name?
Zach.
Yeah, we'll wait for bro. See if he could tap in first before we start. I'm gonna just do the shout outs real quick, man. Shout out all the people, man. We got Luff in the building, man. Shout out my guy, man. Luff, let's go. Oh, he in the building. Let's get it, man. Let's add him. There we go.
What's going on?
Yes,
shout out to man. Shout out to Zach in the building, man. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
We got Skull Bro in the building, man. ABK gang. Now I know Zach ain't gonna agree with that, but I know Dre gonna agree with that. You feel me, man? We gonna get Rick in there for that,
man. Hey, whenever you want to get started, we can get started.
yeah. We definitely gonna talk about it, man. You know, we got a lot of news, obviously, with the Vikings. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just get pretty much. I want to get y'all's rundown, man, on how y'all feeling about the state that we're in. I just titled this "State of the Franchise" because, damn it, we got to talk about it, man. You know what I mean, we got JJ. I mean, I'll start with you, Dre. You just go ahead and with JJ. We'll start on the JJ situation first. Like, how you feeling about all that going on?
Man. So, I mean, where do you start with JJ specifically, right? That's player. That's the Minnesota Vikings. That's your leader on the team. Like it starts with JJ. It ends with JJ. So obviously, you know, there's a little bit of talk about him wanting guaranteed after the first year for the contract, the contract length. But I'll pay that man anything. He's the only player where let's spend that.
He the only player you're gonna make it rain. You're gonna make it rain for him.
The only player I'm trying to make rain. Hey, I know somebody, the mystery number 8 may or may not be there, so you may have somebody else throwing you the ball, but trusting us that we're gonna get you somebody throwing you the ball.
Hey, we can't double team Zach tonight, man. Listen, and the reason why I say this, man, listen. I've been watching y'all, so like I done did my homework on y'all, so I know how it is. It's funny. I was telling Dave, like, you guys remind me of when me and Dave started, because it was the same exact thing. It was he was on the Kirk train and I wasn't, and we used to go back and forth all the time when we had the Kirk conversations. You know what I mean? But and we'll talk about Kirk too a little bit. Obviously, man, we got to. He's the most polarizing player. Some can say he's more polarizing than JJ when it comes to Vikings fandom. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. But Zach, how you feeling about the JJ situation though, man? What you thinking?
I'm a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous because JJ is the guy. Like, you're not gonna go find. I don't care if you give up 2 or 3 first rounders. You know, who's to say you're gonna get that Justin Jefferson type caliber? He's once in a decade, or once in even more than that. So I feel like that's like a given that needs to be done. So I don't really like seeing all these little they're not sure about the guaranteed money after the first year. I don't like it because man, if they keep playing with JJ, he's got the leverage, in my opinion. He's got the leverage because our quarterback situation is up in the air. So, and JJ wants to win. So,
that's
true. I think we got to get this deal done. I'm a little nervous about it.
You gotta get it done, man. Gotta get it done. Hey, real quick, man. Like, listen, everybody, I pinned their channel in the comments, so y'all make sure y'all go subscribe, man. I'm gonna do these shout outs, man. Shout out Papa Gary in the building. I'm just gonna run through the shout outs so we don't take up too much of the time. Skull Bro in the building, man. Shout out to you, man. Love Scolding, man. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Angel, what's up, man? Adam, my guy, what's happening, man? Know what I'm saying? We got let me see, nephew. I see you in the building, man. Shout out to you, man. Cringe in the building. Appreciate you. GG in the building, man. What's happening, my dog? We got Davy Chains in the building. I see you. I see you. Yogi, what's happening, Yogi? Appreciate you tapping in too, man. Listen, Yogi started all this, man. Shout out Norris, man. He started all this JJ trade, JJ nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for that. Man. And shout out to everybody in the building, man. I see you, Norris, Mike Sports Vibes in the building. I see y'all, man. I'm trying to catch up. All right, we good. Yeah, man. So this is how I feel, right? And everybody, make sure y'all go subscribe to their channel, man. We got to do that, man.
Please.
Show some love for sure.
Appreciate the love.
King Kong, I see you, man. What's happening, King Kong? You know, me, I'm the same way. I feel like y'all. So like it's crazy. I feel like y'all, which is, you know, pay JJ. Like somebody has to get paid on your team. So why not be number 18? You know what I mean? Like that's just how I feel. Like, because if he doesn't get the money, then who is? Like, so I mean, you got to use the money. It ain't like you want to save all the money. You know what I mean? I mean, now some players you don't want to give too much money to, but I think JJ doesn't fit that category. I think he deservingly gets the money, man. But you know, you do have fans. It's crazy. We have people in the building, like, you know, we have some of our big supporters over here that, you know, said, hey, man, let's trade JJ. Like, they're okay with it. They're like, hey, and I get your point, Dre, though, because you know what I think it is, too? You know what I think it is? What we did with the Stephon Diggs, like, people probably think that can be recreated. And I don't know if that's the case. You know what I mean?
No.
Nah, hey, look, it's not even I don't know. It can't. Say you even draft somebody like Marvin Harrison Jr., you're hoping that he can get to be at least half the player JJ is. JJ is like not only the top receiver, he's a culture leader. Like he has the whole culture doing the gritty, you know what I'm saying, in the NFL. Like he's Minnesota. He's like, you can't just replace a player like that one-on-one. Pay that man. Stop playing Quasi. Go and pay that man.
Right. So I was saying that too, like when it comes to like, just if you think about like, if you put yourself in the Wilf's shoes, like as a business owner, right? And that's a good point you make is like, think about, I used to say this, like, think about how many kids, like my nephew is a prime example that lives here with me in South Carolina. We're down south. And he's a Minnesota Vikings fan just off of the fact I've told my family this that watches us is he's a Minnesota Vikings fan due to the fact of Fortnite and seeing the gritty. And wondering where the gritty came from. And then he saw it was Justin Jefferson. Now he has all Vikings hats, jerseys, Randy Moss posters hanging up in his room, you know, and he's 9 years old. So, I mean, that's one of those things where, and just imagine how many other million kids is doing the same thing my nephew did. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that you got to think about that. That benefits me and you guys too. Doing content creation. Like we want more fans to join this train. And JJ's that powerful. He's a superstar. So are you willing to get rid of that on a business level for the Wilfs, all the jerseys, you know, people that come to watch the Vikings just for that, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know, man. I think that's a tough move to let him walk. I think that's a tough move.
It's a very thin line, right? Because like you want to be a Vikings fan. So if whatever, you know, if getting rid of JJ and somehow it makes the Minnesota Vikings a Super Bowl contender or winner, I mean, you know, it would just be tough though, because like that's one of our favorite players too. So it's like, damn, you just let one of the best players in the NFL go for a potential at a Super Bowl. It's gotta make sense. It's gotta make sense.
It gotta make sense. It gotta make sense. Now let me ask y'all this, because this can just continue with what we're talking about. First of all, do you guys trust Quay? I'll start with you, Zach. Do you trust Quasi? Let's say we do get 3 first round picks. You know what I'm saying? For JJ.
Hey.
Do you trust him?
I can see it all in his face.
I mean,
so Zach's not a Quasi guy, I'm guessing.
No,
right?
I mean, no, guy? It's not even that really. I don't mind Quasi. I just think that he has a history of like letting people go if the money is not right. Right. So, I mean, the reports are coming out like he's not playing. He's not playing no games with Kirk Cousins. Doesn't matter how good he played. He's playing no games with Kirk Cousins. He's not playing no games with the best wide receiver in the league. You know, the old heads, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, they're no longer in the building. So, I mean, I understand he's trying to rebuild the whole culture and things like that. And but I think like Quasi's fate is going to be pretty much sealed in the next 2 years. Mm-hmm. So if whether we trade JJ or keep JJ or re-sign Kirk or go trade our soul for the first round guy, he's got 2 years. and he's going to be on the hot seat because there's just too big of decisions, man. It's too big of decisions. Right now we're looking at potentially could fall into fourth in the division. So
Yeah.
with all the young players and the other organizations, so I mean it's a tough spot for Kwesi. So I wouldn't want that position. So I'm not like against Kwesi, not at all. But let's just see how it plays out. And he should know that. He should know that it's about to get real for him.
Yeah. How you feel about it, Dre?
Hey man, all I'll say is this: his first draft was trash, right? I mean, we can just call a spade a spade. You had Kyle Hamilton sitting there right there looking at you. You also had Jameson Williams from Alabama right there, and I'm like, that's how you do it. Like a 6'3" safety that is Harrison Smith, but 10 years younger. Like go that selection, and obviously just throughout that draft, Ed Ingram had a shaky rookie year. Looks like an above average, guard. Brian Asamoah, we thought was the guy coming into this season, and obviously he disappointed. His draft history with us so far has been shaky, but to his defense, he's never been put in this situation. Like now you have to pick your quarterback, or unless you bring your boy back, but now you have to pick your quarterback, and you can pick the right quarterback in that trash draft class you did a year ago. It doesn't matter. You got your guy. So I mean, yeah, this is probably his most important offseason with the Vikings, because if he does trash, he will be on the hot seat.
Right.
He's going to be gone before Kevin O'Connell. So I respect him though. I like the moves of like, hey, I know you've been a Vikings fan for 10 years. Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, like these are the best Viking players. But hey, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. So we're gonna let you go a little bit too early. Maybe have a little bit of production left for the benefit of the team. It should be no different for a quarterback. It should be different for JJ because he's a young cornerstone player. Somebody else is a 36-year-old quarterback that ain't got the job done, and you have.
He already getting to the curve session, y'all.
I'm just saying.
We ain't even get to introduce the curve session, y'all. He getting to it. Drake can't hold back. He can't hold back.
I like what Kwesi's doing in regards to like how he's treating the free agency and how he's like, the veterans. It's just some draft classes, they got to get better. They just have to get better. So.
Yeah. So like, I want to let y'all know, man, like when I started YouTube, man, I used to do something called the curb sessions, man. You know what I mean? The curb sessions were Kirk Cousins, because like a lot of the people in the chat, like 90% of my followers in the chat, we all ready to move on. You hear me? Like, it's just that. And we used to have fun. Like we would open the vent line, man. People would call. We would just bash them, and again, we don't, it's nothing personal, right? Like as fans, we just kind of watch the game, and it's like, yo, as fans, we're invested. We want to win, and there's things we don't agree with, so we're going to talk about it. But, watching y'all, for the ones who haven't watched y'all yet, obviously you have good guy versus bad guy here. You know what I mean? One guy's like, hey, y'all already know who that is, right? Y'all heard him. He couldn't hold back. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the superhero.
But then you got Zach on the other hand, who looks at it different, and probably relates more to like who we know as Dave from Minnesota Sports Talk. He's really big on Kirk and bringing Kirk back. So like, Zach, explain why. What's so intriguing about bringing Kirk back? Like, why would you want it? Why do you think it benefits the team as a whole to take the next step?
Well, I think that, Kirk Cousins hasn't had, 2 full years with the same coordinator since he's been in Minnesota, besides obviously the year he blows his ACL, tears his ACL, or I'm sorry, his Achilles. But I think he was playing the best ball of his career. Arguably, if you go back to even the season we won 13 games last year, it's just like, we won 13 games. We had a 31st ranked defense, and Kirk had 8 fourth quarter comebacks. He played the best ball of his career. You could arguably say he was fine tuned under pressure at that moment. Of course, the Giants game, but it is what it is. I mean, and I think hold on. Hey, I think like
they about to argue. Hold on, let me.
I think like the deal is with why I think we need Kirk Cousins and why I'm for Kirk Cousins, because nobody is proven as far as like good quarterback play. And so we can go build a roster. I mean, the 49ers have built a roster, and have they won a Super Bowl? No, they haven't been winning. Like they built a roster. And the only thing they're missing, in my opinion, is a quarterback. That's what's crazy. They built an entire roster from top to bottom. If we can mimic the 49ers, of course, let's do it. But who's to say we can do that? Like, who's to say Minnesota can do that? So when I say let's try to win now because nobody's giving you better quarterback play right now, proven quarterback play. You got a bunch of old heads in the veteran locker room that's not going to do anything for us. We've seen what backups can do for us. And I mean, yeah, do I want to pay Kirk Cousins all this crazy amount of money? Absolutely not. And we shouldn't. We definitely shouldn't. And I kind of like Kwesi's kind of stance on that. But
so what's your threshold? What's your threshold?
Thank you. Zach, 3 years.
Yeah, what's your threshold?
Yeah.
Like what is too much? You know what I mean? And what is just right?
Yeah, okay. So with going just based on what Kirk said he would take a discount. If you look at like what Jared Goff was making like 30 something, was it 30 million, 33 or something? I mean, a lot of the guys are making the high 30s, 40s. So I think if Kirk could take a team discount and take low 30s, I'd be cool with signing him.
Zach, he ain't taking no discount. He told you what it was.
I'm saying if he did.
You know damn well he ain't taking no damn discount. Stop.
We can't overpay Kirk. I'm not ignorant to the fact that he's coming off an Achilles injury. He might not even be the same player, blah, blah, blah. But as far as like straight quarterback play, come on, man. We've all watched the games last year. It was pathetic. We wanted somebody just to complete a 5-yard hitch, and they couldn't do it.
Zach, let's go to the chase.
I'm just worried. I want some good quarterback play, bro.
2 years, 40 mil a pop, fully guaranteed. I need it. I'm Mr. Minnesota. I came back
So Dre, your prediction is you think he's gonna go for the money? Like you think he's gonna play the market?
He's gonna get the bag somewhere. He's getting the bag. Like that's who he is. He does two things great. He does those back of the baseball card football stats. He does that great and get into his bag. He's one of the best to do both those things.
Yeah,
he's one of the best to do it. Like he
is one of the best. Paid. You know, you can say his agent McCartney is definitely a savage for sure.
I mean, the same thing with Bradford. Bradford's agent was amazing too. The man got paid his whole career.
But Kurt plays into it though, like the
whole. Of course,
he's gonna appreciate that. Absolutely. On, you know, it's like getting in trouble and having that lawyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, having Johnny Cochran. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it is what it is, man. You know, he got a beast.
You know he coming to the table with it. I was helping Josh Dobbs, during the season. I came back with my shirt off, blowing the horn. I'm Mr. Minnesota.
Yeah. So let me ask you.
Go ahead, Zach.
So as far as like, do you like? I guess you probably are going to talk about this, but do you think we're going to be able to get, in my opinion, Drake May or Caleb Williams? Do you think it's possible?
No. Mm-mm.
So that's my thing. Like I look at these other quarterbacks and I'm just not. I don't think they're going to go. It's going to take them 2 or 3 years to get in, and by then Kwesi's gone, JJ's gone. I mean, I don't see them just coming out there and just being phenomenal. I don't. We've seen what happened. I mean, if they do, I'll eat my words. I hope I do.
Right.
But man, it's gonna be tough because you got think about it, man. You got Jordan Addison who is pulling for Kirk because he's getting the ball. He's a receiver. He wants to get the ball. Right?
Hold on, Zach. Hold on.
Come on, Zach.
I gotta say this. Because a lot of people do put weight on like what the other players say about their quarterback, but you got to remember like that's what they're supposed to say, and that's what they're going to say, regardless. Because what would it be like them getting on? What would it be like them getting on national TV saying, "Do you want Kirk back?" Hell no, I don't want Kirk back. What the hell you talking about?
That's true. You're right.
Just in case they do sign him. You know what I mean? Like
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, not to say that those guys probably don't feel like that though. I mean, Kirk is a good guy and he does get the ball to these guys and obviously got JJ where he's at. But that also doesn't mean that these guys couldn't do it with someone else. I think that's where,
Okay. So JJ made this statement and I hope he's true to it. That he really doesn't, it doesn't matter who throws him the ball, basically. You know what I mean? He did say that. So I hope that's legit, but I hope he stands on that. Because you know how he is, man. You know how he is. So I'm hoping he stands on that. We got to keep JJ, bro. We got to keep JJ because I'm telling you, if we don't keep JJ, it's gonna be a fire. It's gonna go to flames.
Let's call a spade a spade. They didn't just go to JJ and say, "Hey, we're not gonna pay you. We're not gonna pay you what you want. That's it. And we're gonna play hardball." They've already went to him about their quarterback, like their position in the draft or this offseason, and getting him somebody to throw him the ball. He's in his prime, even if he signs with us for 4 years. Hey, my man, this is the plan. This is the guy we're going to get throwing you the rock for 4 years. Yeah. 2 years is great. If you really want to win, you want to win a Super Bowl, this is our plan. On top of it, we're going to make you the richest non-quarterback in the NFL. Like they're not letting that man walk out the door. I promise you, they're not gonna let
I
that
hope
man
not.
walk out the door. Hey,
That's-
or else
Hey.
I'm gonna go put a Bengals jersey on if I see him over there with
Yeah.
Joe Burrow and them guys.
For sure. Man, let's shout out the super chats real quick, man. Skull Mafia, he said, go sub the Skull Sessions, newest members
Yes,
of Purple
sir.
Gang, man. That's a fact,
Appreciate the
man. Y'all
love.
make sure y'all do that.
Appreciate it.
For sure, man. Let me give Too Evil. Too Evil said, hi, Rap, Dre, and Zach. Let's trade Kurt. He always spells Kurt, K-U-R-T on purpose. He said to the janitorial staff so he can get us US Bank toilets plunged properly. Then we
draft
trade
Bo
JJ
Nix?
and draft Bo Nix.
Hell
that's
no.
Too Evil.
Oh man, I
So
don't
let
know.
me
I
ask
don't
y'all
know
too,
about
man. How
that.
you? So I'll start with you, Dre. How you feel about Bo Nix? Have you watched Bo Nix? You like Bo Nix?
Hey man, this is I love college football, but this is what I'll say about Bo Nix. You can say what you want about him. He has that fiery passion spirit. Like even when he was in the SEC, he didn't produce what he should have done like he did in Oregon. But I like that passion and that leadership he has. It's kind of Baker Mayfield-ish. You know what I mean? With just that cockiness and like I'm ready to go to war for this guy.
Yeah.
But there's nothing really special that I see in his game. I mean, he went to the Senior Bowl and looked a little shaky. Like, I just don't see something special where he can be a franchise quarterback. But the Minnesota Vikings don't necessarily need a franchise quarterback. They need somebody on a rookie scale contract that can get the job done when the game matters the most. So
right. So
Like
you
the
would be
49ers?
okay with drafting Bo Nix?
context is everything. If we draft Bo Nix, really get the offensive line shored up, really get that defense shored up. I mean, hell, you got one of the best tight ends in the league. You got two of the tandems, one of the top 5 tandems and receivers. You have a decent running game with, Chandler's pretty decent. That's good tools for a quarterback, man. You don't need a lot to drive the car. You really don't.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. How you feel, Zach? How you feel about Bo Nix?
I mean, I don't mind Bo Nix, but for some reason, I don't think we're gonna like replace Kirk with Bo Nix.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would probably take I would take Penix and probably JJ over
Bo Nix.
Bo.
Me
I
too.
would, me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bo Nix is my number. He's my number 6 quarterback. He's the
Number
6th pick
6.
I would get. Yeah. Because let me ask y'all this: who is your favorite quarterback that you want the Vikings to get, other than obviously Drake May and Caleb Williams, being that they'll kind of be eliminated.
Go ahead, Dre.
It's tricky, man. Like I love Michael Penix. I love his pure arm talent in regards to like fitting in those tight windows. I mean, he looked normal against Michigan. He was also injured against Michigan, but something you can't teach. He got hurt. He took his ass right back out there. Like players were like, he could have sat out. He's already going to be a top, first or second round draft pick. He didn't have to play. So for him to go back out there and show some heart and play with his team, I like that. Those are things I like. I mean, everybody in college can throw a football. Some throw it a little bit, deeper or better than the others. But when things don't go your way, how can you be a leader and be the guy that everybody wants to follow? I think Penix has a lot of Deshaun Watson energy. I'm not saying as talent, but just that energy he carries. I like Penix. I do like Penix.
Okay. What about you, Zach? So who would be your ideal quarterback if Kirk walks and, other than Drake May and Caleb Williams?
And so are we going to be reaching for these quarterbacks?
Yeah, let's say I mean, you can say that we trade up a couple of spots or we stay at 11 and get who we
if we can't get Drake or Caleb or Jaden.
I was gonna say, hold on, pause. Drake it's just Drake or K. I thought, hey, let's keep it a stack. Top 3 draft picks or top 4 draft picks. Jaden Daniels is going in one of them top 3 picks.
I think we have a chance. I think so. I've been saying this for the past couple of weeks is I believe there's a realistic chance for Jaden Daniels for the Vikings. Like I do. And I'll say this is what's going to make it possible. It'll be after the combine. The Vikings and Kirk Cousins come to a standstill where they know it's not happening. I think Quasey will get aggressive, and I think he'll try to trade. He'll either call the New England Patriots if Jaden Daniels is their guy. Now, if it's not, they might just only trade up to like 5 or stick at 11 and get JJ McCarthy or maybe Bo Nix if they like him or Penix. You know what I mean? But if Jaden Daniels is their guy, I think they're going to figure out if they're going to be how aggressive they actually are going to be in the first round. I mean, this is just opinion and us guessing, but that's what I would think, right? Like because they're technically they're still gonna talk to Kirk Cousins, right? They're still gonna have the conversations.
Of course, right.
Like deeper conversations. I know they said they communicated, but they're actually gonna sit down and tighten up the ties. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for
let's try to get this done.
Let's try to get something done. I believe that's true. But if they can't get anything done within that couple day window, then I think that's when it's going to come down to, all right, now let's start making calls towards the top of the draft if Jaden Daniels is our guy. You know what I mean? So I can see Jaden Daniels happening for sure.
Let me ask you this. Who's your favorite quarterback in the draft? Just point
so my favorite quarterback in the draft is Jaden Daniels, right? And I'm going to tell you why, because I haven't had y'all on to talk about it, and maybe y'all haven't heard me, but like, and this is, so we have evidence. I was talking to Dave last night. We had a great conversation, man. Shout out Dave. And we were talking about like, so when Kirk went down, the Vikings went out their way to get a guy like Josh Dobbs, right? That gave me a signal because they could have easily got a Joe Flacco. They could have got a Colt McCoy. They could have got somebody that's more similar to the quarterback they have already in Kirk Cousins. They could have went and got a pocket passer, but instead they were intrigued by the guy that can move. And they were probably hoping that Kevin O'Connell maybe can teach him how to sit in the pocket a little more and throw. Now, Josh Dobbs is Josh Dobbs, but again, when you think about Jaden Daniels, think about this. That game against the Falcons and that first half, I would say, against the Saints, like we were loving it as Vikings fans, loving to see that play. Like we're like, yo, this is crazy. Like I remember after that game, people were talking about, should we extend Dobbs? You know what I mean? Maybe he can be the quarterback in 2024. So like Jaden Daniels possesses those same traits, but I think he's a lot better in the pocket. He keeps his eye downfield. He doesn't mind throwing the ball. I mean, he just has a better arm than Dobbs, period. So just imagine if you can mesh those two together. I think that's what Kevin O'Connell wants. And if you listen to the reports, we wanted to move up to get Anthony Richardson. You know, they like Anthony Richardson. So you can, like, they're giving us the signs of what type of quarterback Kevin O'Connell obviously likes. You know what I mean? He wants a guy that can move for sure. And that's what I would think from the evidence we have. So, you know, hey, you look at Josh Dobbs, you look at Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is just a better Josh Dobbs. You know what I mean? A more elite version.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Why did the Vikings, the playbook towards after those two games, go the Cousins route though? It had Josh Dobbs more in the pocket, more going through his reads instead of letting him do what he's known to do and he's good at doing.
See, you know I think so. I think, so that like that's something that we have to criticize. We'll have to criticize Kevin O'Connell on, in my opinion. Like, I think that is Kevin O'Connell's job to like, hey, you see what type of quarterback you have now. I also give Kevin O'Connell credit due to the fact of the adversity he had to go through. Like, there's a lot of people that are off on Kevin O'Connell, but like we've won 20 games in 2 seasons, and think about this. We talked about the 13 wins, right? The 13 wins. He had veterans. He had veterans on there to help him get through that.
He did.
This year right here, he went through what he needed to go through. Like, this is what he needed to go through, and he still managed to do. I mean, he didn't do a lot, but we won 7 games. So like, hey, you got to give him some props with losing your starting quarterback. So now this year right here is crucial because now we can really see, okay, did you learn from your mistakes? Now you've been through adversity because the first year you were just winning.
Right.
You know
it was sweet. Everything was super sweet.
So, you know, I think to answer your question, you know, I mean, we got to put that on Kevin O'Connell, in my opinion, on why he didn't adjust. He might have got happy seeing those runs and then said, you know what, hold on, I want to see if you can actually throw too. So, you know what I mean? But found out he couldn't.
I want to see if you actually a quarterback. Let's see if you can do these reads and make these passes.
But I mean, y'all can't. But do y'all agree with the type of guy it seems like they trend to though?
Yeah, I didn't until you explained it. I never heard you explain it like that, and that makes sense. I mean, I didn't even think about them going. Why would they get Josh Dobbs? Even everybody who talked about that, like,
and they
had a whole list
for him too. Like, they could have just picked up a guy off the couch, like that's a pocket. But like Colt McCoy was right there, Joe Flacco was right there, and I'm sure they weighed all their options. You know, I'm sure.
And you said Anthony Richardson, so I mean, damn, it's kind of it is. Well, we're gonna find out. But my only thing is this: like, they wanted Anthony Richardson, and then they wouldn't pull Josh Dobbs, and Kirk got hurt. Now, because of the collapse and the performance, the level of play that the quarterbacks were given was just terrible.
Yeah,
right.
And just turn the ball over. So I don't know, could that have put a bad taste in Kevin O'Connell's mouth for that type of I don't know. It could have.
It could have.
I mean, but I do think though, if we're not going to re-sign Kirk, and they come to a standstill, but we got to go trade and get the guy because if you don't go get him, then JJ's gone. You'll franchise tag him, and he'll end up leaving.
Hey, Zach, I'm gonna need at least 3 first rounders. I'm gonna need 3 first rounders and your second round pick. You need a quarterback.
Yeah.
You need a quarterback. I'm New England. I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
3 first round? You're crazy.
I'm gonna need it. I mean, all I'm saying is like you just want to be careful because if you show that hand, you're gonna pay that tax.
All right. So let me ask y'all this. Y'all don't like you want Kirk out, and I understand, right? He's been there a long time. So my thing is this: so you trade 3 first rounders and you go get 2 first rounders, go get Jay and Daniels, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, look at our organization though, man. We got so much more to build. So do you guys really think we're gonna be able to compete in the next few years with? We got our quarterback, but
Why not?
we got so many holes on our team to where it's like now we think well we got to change over and we got to get rid of Kirk Cousins because the money blah blah, but we got to get the rookie quarterback on the cheaper deal. Yeah. But who's to say you're gonna compete? Like there's no.
You're right.
Who's to say that? I mean,
you're right.
There's no pure form to it. Like the 49ers have got closest, and they still haven't. Of course, they're playing Patrick Mahomes.
The 49ers,
still.
You talking about the 49ers, they got close to what?
To winning the Super Bowl, you mean?
Of course. Okay,
so you're talking about going to the Super Bowl. Your man's ain't they at the prom. Your man's not even out the house. He's still
not even close to the bowl. Nah.
Like he's still putting the tux on. So
I think it's hard to compare us to the 49ers, man. Yeah. They drafted so well, and they also have the money because they're not paying that premium at quarterback, and that's something that a lot of the fans talk about is, just like, can you build a team with a rookie? Well, can you also build a team with a quarterback that you're paying $40+ million a year, and you got to pay a wide receiver 30 or whatever he's going to get, so that, I mean, there's always going to be something. It's like, which route do you want to go though? So like, I think like when they sell us on this competitive rebuild, I always call BS on it because it's like, you can't do that. You got to pick one. You're either going to rebuild or you're going to be competitive. Which one? Now, if you bring Kirk back, then you're going the competitive route. You're telling me as a Vikings fan that you believe there's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance. But if you go rookie quarterback, I think we'll have patience because think about it. If we go rookie, no fan should be expecting. All right. Realistically, should be expecting like, hey, we're going to the Super Bowl. We should just be like, hey, we got a rookie. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we have something to build off of. And if so, maybe we can win 6, 7. See, I don't think that it's going to be that hard to win 7, 8 games and maybe back into a wild card spot, even with a top-notch rookie quarterback. You know what I mean? If they can catch on. So that's my thing.
I mean, this is how I look at it. It's very black and white with me. You either have a franchise quarterback that's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL that you can pay that money to, or you have a quarterback on a rookie scale contract that you can use those funds in other places to build your team. Your Minnesota Vikings have neither. They don't have a top 5 quarterback, and they also have a quarterback that's not making a rookie scale contract. So you wonder why your team is stuck on, one and done in the playoffs or going home the next season. It's because you don't have the funds available to put in these other positions because your quarterback is making a decent amount of money and he needs to be carried by a team to produce. He can't do it when they don't got when you don't got the bag.
That's a good point. Like he needs to be carried by the team. He can't carry the team, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes he does, though. I believe sometimes Kirk does, rise above and does it every once in a while, but not enough to where he's worth 40, 45 million. You know what I mean? Not enough to where you want to put all your chips in that basket. You know, I mean? like a Patrick Mahomes. If you think about it, the past 10, 15 years, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, bro, it's like that's who it is. You know what I mean? Like you got to try to get one of them. If you can't get one of them,
all right. And that's what scares me. That's what scares me because we can do all this Kirk, get rid of Kirk, trade our soul for whatever, trade our soul for Caleb Williams. Well, who's to say they're going to be a Patrick Mahomes or a Tom Brady or a Joe Burrow? Who's to say that? Nobody knows. So it's like you're swinging for the fence, of course.
But that's not what you need.
At the end of the day, there's how many NFL teams are there, and how many great quarterbacks are like Patrick Mahomes? How many?
North said you look like Kirko, Zach. He said you gotta look like that's how you going,
boy. I got a good analogy.
That's hilarious.
I got a good analogy. So when Patrick Mahomes lost, he lost the cheetah. he still made it to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl, right? If
Bro, I'm
Kirk
not.
Cousins,
What are you trying to say?
hold on. But if Kirk Cousins loses Justin Jefferson, his best weapon, you think they go into a Super Bowl? You think Kirk Cousins can push that team without having Justin Jefferson on that team? Hell no, Zach. So stop.
You're funny.
Hey, he's a above good quarterback. He's right below great. He is a good quarterback. You put him on the Falcons or a team that's more ready to go, and maybe he has a better chance. If the 49ers feel like their quarterback can't get it done, 49ers, they itching for the ring. So he goes there and say he's on a Super Bowl contending team and he makes it to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised, but this isn't the team for him to do it on, bro. We have too many holes. We need somebody that
I can understand that.
Like, it's just, So
yeah, I mean, hey, we got. There's always like a split fan base. It's weird. Like, it's like whoever you attract, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. Because there's a ton of people on X that love Kirk Cousins and say we would be down for getting rid of him and stuff, And it's just one of those things. And the truth of the matter is, it's gonna be like that for the next guy too. Like unless you get a Patrick Mahomes or until your team's winning Super Bowls, like it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, like there's gonna be a split fan base on the quarterback. That's every fan base that isn't the Chiefs. Like I've seen it, for sure.
Look at even if you look at the Eagles, right? Like
they're ready. You got half of their fans that hate Jalen Hurts.
And see how fast they could switch. Like Jalen Hurts MVP, right? Played his butt off, right? And he played. I mean, had one of the best seasons. And then the next year, he's just like,
And it's like that with Bills fans too. Bills fans are like that too, bro. You got Bills fans
absolutely.
that hate Josh Allen.
The time's ticking. Time's ticking for Josh Allen. Time's ticking.
Yeah.
But that's the craziest. That's the craziest thing though, is how it could.
Gary wants to ask. He said, "Tell these boys to tell them how they became Vikings fans, so we can." So
we got a similar. Yeah, we got kind of a similar kind of story. Like I'm from Florida, so I'm a Floridian, right?
Shout out Florida, man.
Yeah, shout out Florida, like Tampa, Orlando area. So
let's go.
Yep. So, but I've been a Vikings since I was like 8 or 9, so a long time. And obviously, when they had Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss, I even like Michael Bennett. I even like Michael Bennett at the time, even though he was below average, not even that good.
Okay.
But I was a diehard fan, man. Like I cried after games. Like I was out. And I was only 10, 11 years old. I've been a Vikings fan ever since. So
okay. So there you go, Dre. How you become a Vikings fan, man?
Hey, man. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, so it's not but Falcon fans out here. But just being a tall, skinny wide receiver, right? So as soon as I found out about Randy Moss, I was like, that's who I want to be like. That like that's the guy. And I just kind of stuck with the team throughout with Adrian Peterson, Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss, Chris Carter for a small bit. Like just I've been through a lot of different Viking teams, man. It's been a crazy experience for sure. So.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Like you saying that, because I'm the same way. Like I became a fan due to Randy Moss too, and we were just talking about Justin Jefferson. So it's crazy how many 10 years from now, how many other guys are going to be coming on this platform and saying, getting asked the question, how'd you become a Vikings fan? Oh, shoot, Justin Jefferson. I just fell in love with him. You know what I mean? Wanted to be like him. And just was my role model or whatever. And it's going to be like that, man. So that's why we want to, that goes back to why we want to keep a guy like Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Because like we wouldn't be fans of the Vikings being all over the nation. We're all down south. I'm in South Carolina, you in Florida, you in Atlanta. Like, come
East
on,
Coast,
man.
baby.
We miles away from Minnesota, man. Damn near one guy brought us to the dang team to become fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's wild.
It's power, man. It's power. That's why it matters. For sure, man. Because I don't think about this. If Justin Jefferson wasn't on this team right now, just think about this. Think about outsiders that are looking for a team to root for. Who would make them want to be a Vikings fan? You know what I'm saying? Like
Jordan Addison,
maybe. You might have some because we love, like, we'll look at some guys and be like, well, shit, you can love Harrison Smith, you know what I mean?
Right.
Shit, Josh Metellus. That's because we're fans and we understand those guys, but like they're not polarizing enough to actually pull somebody from South Florida to become a Vikings fan when they have so many other teams in between they can choose and just easier to root for because of the superstars they have, So that's why, I think it's a big deal, man. You know, I want to keep him, man. So let's get on to Hunter, man. I wanted to touch on Hunter too. We'll get off the quarterback for a minute. Danielle Hunter, man, what's up? How you feeling, Dre? I'll start with you, Dre, man. How you feeling about the deal? Should we let him walk or should we sign him?
Hey, like I said, well, context is everything. If you're bringing Cousins back, like you said, you're telling the fan base that you're trying to win now, and Danielle Hunter is a perfect tool for you to win now. He's 29. He's still in the prime of his career. I mean, he had a defensive MVP season last year. He's been consistent even with those injuries. I would bring him back. Like, I would bring him back before I would even bring Cousins back. So even if we do lose Cousins, I would bring him back because that's a cornerstone piece for your rookie quarterback. You know, if there's a lot of 3-and-outs, he's trying to get the feel of the game, but my defense can hold its own to give me the ball back. So I'm bringing him back.
Right. How you feel, Zach? You think we should bring him? You think we should bring him back or let him walk?
Absolutely, we got to bring him back. I mean, without Danielle Hunter on that defense, I'm really curious to see what we do without him. I don't want to see it. So, especially if we go trade, our soul for a quarterback. Now we're not going to get a good defensive end. We get rid of
I like
Hunter.
that. Trade our soul because that's damn sure what's going to be happening.
That's what we're
doing. That's what's happening. You're gonna have to do it.
I don't, man. Listen, man, it's crazy that we're in this time. Like, I posted something on Twitter earlier, man, and just to answer the question, I feel like you guys. So we all on the same page. I think you bring Danielle Hunter back. I do like what Kwesi did, extending Davenport just in case, though. Like, some people might not like Davenport because obviously he didn't play the injury.
Right.
But what I will say is the little sample size we got, right? If football gods can be on his side. Just in case. Now, this is saying that 99 leaves. I think that I'm not going to obviously he's not going to be Danielle Hunter, but at least you have something. You know what I mean? Because we can go back to 2020. One thing for sure we don't want to do is be in a position where we have no pass rush. Because then you might as well just throw everything out the window. I don't care. Quarterback doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Running back doesn't matter. Corners don't matter. Like, we're getting beat for sure.
Yeah.
We're getting beat. So, I mean, I like what Kwesi did. That's why I'm a fan of Kwesi. I think he's very intentional. I like people who are intentional on what they do.
I agree.
So, like, and I've felt like that from the first introductory press conference that he had. It's like, yo, I believe that guy, bro. Like, you can just tell he's running in his gears are running in his head and he's thinking about what can I do? Like, I know you can't judge a GM off of, 2 years, bro. Like, that's just not realistic. It's like somebody handing you a company that's been in shambles and says, all right, make it right in 6 months. I mean, it's just not realistic. You know what I mean? So I'm a fan of Kwesi, man. I'm a Kwesi guy for sure, if you don't know yet. But man. But
your boy's got he's got to get out that medical room though.
He do. The draft's been shaky. The draft's been shaky for sure.
Hey, he was killing those last.
Yeah, signing these injured players. I get you.
Hey,
those last like. Yeah, he's been chilling. Those last 4 to 6 weeks, he was ready to go. He won't want to play though.
Hey, look, right on the sidelines, got to watch the game at full speed. Hey, he had the best seats of the house the whole season.
Yeah, he did, man. He robbed us. He robbed us for sure, man. Easy money, man. But I even, speaking of like players like him though, like I look at players that are actually playing that can rob us as well, and we actually hang out with Alexander Madison and his family, and we respect him. We love him and his family. We throw an event in Minnesota, and his dad comes out and stuff. So, but like, I mean, it was an underwhelming season. You know what I mean? And his pops knows that, and I think he can bounce back. But again, we even have players that are actually playing 17 games and ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Or at least it didn't happen how we thought it would happen. Yeah. So, and we know, like, without a running game, I mean, bro, you're just not gonna make it too far.
But Ty Chandler, man, what a breakout season for him, which was one of Kwesi's first drafts, and the pick that he hit it out the park with Ty Chandler. You get somebody with Ty Chandler, and I feel like, unfortunately, Cam Akers' injury, he may not even be back on the Vikings, but if he does come back, you don't know what type of player you're getting since that's his second injury. You get another young running back in the draft, and I feel like you have enough at the running back position to be good. I really do. I like Ty Chandler.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm a big fan of Ty Chandler too. When we drafted him, I was a big fan of him, of how he catches the football. I wish we would incorporate that a little more in the offense, like getting the running back. See, it's crazy because when we had Dalvin Cook and we brought in Kevin O'Connell, Like that was my vision for Dalvin Cook was, hey,
Right.
let's, you know what I mean? Let's throw the ball some more, man, to Dalvin Cook out the backfield. Like he's shifty, he can make guys miss. Like, come on, man, get him the ball. And it just wasn't the case, you know. And I tried to not blame KOC that much. There's times where KOC definitely made me mad like everybody else, right? Like some of the play calling was just like, yo, like, come on, man, you gotta do better, man.
It's the 3rd and 1 calls. It's the 3rd and 1, the 4th and 1. The dude can't get it right.
Can't get it right, man. I don't understand what the hell wrong with him during them calls. It's like, come on, them the biggest calls of the game. You know what I mean? You got to get those right, man. Cincinnati, come on, man.
Come on. I was so upset about that.
We in the playoffs right there. You know what I mean? We in the playoffs. Not to say we would have did anything. Like once you saw the playoffs play out, like that gave Vikings fans a clearer picture of even if we would have backed in, it doesn't matter. We were getting smacked. We were getting smacked.
Oh yeah,
smacked.
Hey, I was about to say, you was about to sneak in the playoffs and do what exactly?
Yeah. But we would have hung a banner. You know what I mean?
It was a winning season.
So let me ask y'all this. Like speaking of playoffs, like I mean, y'all probably won this. So I'm hoping it's not the case, but we had to deal with Brett Favre. We had to deal with Aaron Rodgers. Is Jordan Love gonna give us 15 years of good quarterback play, or what's the deal?
Go ahead, Drake.
Hey,
I'll let you go.
I was talking to my dog Zach about Jordan Love. I think it was before we played the Packers, and I was like, we always would do a game prediction and kind of some key players on the team. So we're talking about Jordan Love.
I was talking trash. I was talking so much trash.
Zach was talking that shit, and I'm like, Zach, I don't know, bro. Every time we play the Packers, like, they always just have a quarterback they always just beat us. And Zach's like, nah, bro, Jordan Love's a bum. Like he's gonna
caught him a bum.
And he couldn't have made Zach eat his words any harder.
He definitely did.
He balled out, man, and
he made me eat my words. And he looked like Aaron Rodgers in the pocket. I got a little scared. I can't. I hope he's not like that.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that he he definitely picked up some of Aaron Rodgers the way he plays and stuff. I was listening to a podcast this morning. I think it might have been it was just like a football NFL podcast. It wasn't any specific team, but they were just talking about how how are the Packers able to keep doing this, and one thing they said was part of it was patience, right, and part of it was them. Which I don't think is a coincidence. They made a good point is they don't have a GM, right? Because they're a team that's owned by they're owned by the public or however the hell they do it, right? And so there's never pressure like how we're dealing with now with Kwesi having to go to somebody and somebody telling him, no, you need to make sure you sign Kirk Cousins or you need to make sure you do this, that, and the third. And they said maybe that could be a factor that they're just super patient with quarterbacks as far as like they're in no rush. Like they'll draft a guy. They'll draft a guy in the first round and sit his ass for 2-3 years or whatever and just chill on it. You know what I mean? And maybe that is the thing, but I also give credit to their QB coach too. Like their QB coach has been around for all of them, and that's not a coincidence either. You know what I mean? So you gotta have good coaching too. You gotta have good people that know how to develop these guys. So shout out to them for that. But I mean, goddamn, I hope Jordan Love falls on his face this year for sure, man.
So.
Gotta fall on his face.
I will say this in regards to Green Bay. They will draft, like you said, a quarterback in the top 2 rounds and let them sit and marinate, but they're also drafting talented quarterbacks. They're in top 2 rounds for a reason, right? Because they're talented quarterbacks. Also, the quarterback previous for Green Bay, say Aaron Rodgers, he's so confident in himself that he's irritated that you drafted this guy, but this isn't going to change my play, and I'm going to do what I need to do regardless. Right. I think it's kind of weird the Minnesota Vikings haven't drafted a quarterback in the top 2 rounds in 6 years, knowing that Cousins isn't going to be able to play forever. Right. To me, that tells me that, I mean, there were even reports about like a CFL player or something that was like, hey, like I'm coming to Minnesota to take Cousins' job, and the Vikings like coaching staff was like, whoa, bro, like chill out, like
CFL.
we're not trying to. I'm just saying, bro. But what I'm saying though is the Vikings never do that because I feel like Cousins doesn't. He knows how it feels to take RG3 spot, so Cousins doesn't want somebody behind him.
He's never had. I've always felt like that too.
True
Drake, at your point,
competition.
like he's never
Yeah,
had
like,
that dog behind him that's really a threat to his position, right? Like
you got
Vikings always bring in like Sean
Sean
Manions
Mannion.
and shit, like people that you know, man. Like, come on, bro. You know Vikings fans ain't gonna be calling for this man. Come on.
How does he still have a job? I feel like Dre right now could go out there and play better than Sean.
Well, Sean,
how does he still have a job?
I think he got hired as a coach for the Packers.
Yeah,
he's on the Packers now. As a
Perfect. Then Jordan Love actually might fall on his face this year. Then, if he's taking advice from Sean Mannion.
I'm just saying, Sean Mannion been a damn coach for 4 years. He wasn't playing. He was coaching Cousins. Like, but what I'm saying is, when you have quarterbacks that like, I just feel like Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, and like they don't give a damn who's behind them. They're gonna do what they need to do. And I feel like the Vikings are maybe like playing with kid gloves with Cousins. Like, let's not put a real competitor behind him because we already know like how he overthinks and how he's not built like that.
Yeah.
All right, so you're talking about
Dre don't like Cousins, but he might not like Cousins more than me.
No,
but he just be casually dissing him, boy.
Hey, I'm gonna call his name spade. I'm calling his name spade.
It's all day.
You just not built like that. You know what I mean, he had to throw that in there quick, boy. With
we're talking about Daniil Hunter, and he's talking about Kirk Cousins. Like,
I'm telling you, boy, he been waiting for this, boy. He like, boy, I know rap gonna want dog Kirk. You know what I mean? Because shit, I'm known for that too. I ain't gonna.
So let me ask y'all, if for some reason you're talking about the Packers and the way they do things, you wouldn't, depending on the price and the money, you guys wouldn't be open to getting a quarterback and sitting them?
I'll answer that real quick. I'll answer that real quick, and I'm gonna say, like, it's one thing. Like, this is the thing, like with Kirk's contract and how we've been pushing money down the road this whole time, it doesn't put us in an effed up situation to where you don't want to waste a first round pick on a quarterback. So if you do that, I mean, you're just gonna get another Jaren Hall, because think about this. We already got a $28 million, 28.5, I think, right? Of the dead. So even if you let Kirk walk this year, bro, you can almost act like we're going to be paying a rookie $28 million, like pretty much. Like, so we're already it's just one of those things where it's like, it's just time to rip the Band-Aid off and just hurry up and get it off the books and just move on. Because if you push more money down, man, like it's just going to never end, man. It's just going to keep building up on the back end. And then when we do want to make that move, we're going to be just paying so much money into the quarterback position, even when Kirk's not here. And it just makes no sense to me. But like, I would be okay like this. Like, I said this early in the process. Like, if you bring Kirk back for 2 years, okay, maybe you can get a guy in the 4th round or something. But see, as a Vikings fan, I'm sick of that because I know the percentage of those guys turning into something. Like, I always challenge people to do this. I tell them to write down their top 10 quarterbacks, and then next to their name, write down which round they got drafted. And you'll notice that most of your paper is going to say round 1. So that tells me that that's where I want to draft a quarterback. And if you're going to bring Kirk back, though, this year, it would be a waste, in my opinion, to draft a quarterback in round 1. It's like we got too many holes, like we talked about earlier. You know what I mean? So it's a no for me, Zach. I'm sorry, man. It's a no for me, man. You know, I wouldn't.
I respect it.
I mean, this is the thing though. Like, if you bring Cousins back, you really think you really have a shot. Then in this draft, I need to see offensive guards. I need to see a new center. I need to see defensive. The whole defensive line needs to be done. And I need to see another corner out there just in case. Like, if you really want to bring Cousins back, give him the absolute best possible team he can have. And if it's just a 2-year thing, it's just a 2-year thing. And you really build that team of free agency in the draft around him and go for it.
So so they want me to talk about Sweat. Do y'all like watch a lot of college, and y'all got some players that y'all like and stuff like that?
Sweat's the defensive lineman for Texas, right?
Right. Yeah. So he's somebody. So because what I was gonna do before we get out of here, man, we were gonna run a mock real quick and let y'all run it on the channel real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Let's do that, man. I'm gonna pull it up. Let me try to pull it up real quick. The people want to see y'all mock, man. They want to see the guys. My score set, man. Y'all got to make sure y'all sub to their channel though.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go sub to their channel, man. We have We have 42 people in the building, man. Make sure y'all go hit that sub button, man. They should at least get 20, 30 subs tonight, man. You hear me?
Oh,
Like,
man,
that's a fact. You feel me?
that'd be
So go
awesome.
turn up with them, man. You know, they be talking Vikings football, man. Let's do this. Let me see. I'm gonna share this on the screen. You guys can see that?
Yeah, I can see it. Hey, Zach, we selling our soul to move up in the draft?
Yeah, so so y'all gonna do y'all thing, man. Y'all just tell me kind of what to do here. I didn't do a whole thing. I just did 4 rounds, I believe. So we'll just kind of keep it simple. And you guys just tell me. So we on the clock, man. Before I started, is there any move you want to make before the draft starts? Or are we gonna stick?
So let's do this. It's all context. Are we bringing your boy back, Zach? We brought him back 3 years, fully guaranteed.
Hey, you do. Hey, whatever you think, bro. Whatever you think.
Let's ask the chat. Let's ask the chat, man. Chat, what do y'all think we should do? What do you think Dre and Zach should do, man? You know what I mean? Help us out, fans. Help us out. Let me pull us up to the top so the screen's bigger. There we go.
We bringing Cousins back for 3 years to miss the playoffs twice and make the wild card the first year. What are we doing, y'all?
Let's see, man. Let's see. What we doing? What we doing? He said trade up. So Wiggins World said trade up. Zoe said hell no to Kirk. I ain't gonna lie, like asking my chat though, like they already.
Oh yeah. This the gang right here.
We ABK gang over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the territory, man.
Hey Zach, they telling your boy to walk it out.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Zach definitely he definitely in enemy territory over here, man. It's all good though. We still love you though, man. You still one of us, man, regardless. You feel me?
If we are all right, so let's just say Cousins is coming to Minnesota. He's not coming to Minnesota.
Yeah, he's not coming. Yeah, so let's say Cousins isn't coming.
Hey, the Usher Super Bowl, he coming to Atlanta. He like it down here, the fried wings, you know what I'm saying? The coach down here. So Cousins is going to Atlanta, so we need a quarterback. If we need a quarterback, we could trade up into that 3 slot. But we're going to sell the soul, Zach. We selling the soul. What we doing?
We're selling the soul. All right, go
Jaden
ahead.
Daniels.
So we trading up to 3?
For Jaden at 3?
Yeah, let's trade up to 3. If we need a quarterback, we're just gonna have to pay that tax. So let's trade up to 3.
All right, I'm gonna pause it. Right. All right, we're gonna trade with them.
Yeah,
all right, so we're gonna do. So obviously we got to give them 11. We want 3. We'll probably have to give them another round. We'll just try to throw in something. There we go. I think they'll take that.
Right. I'm gonna have to grab my charger real quick.
All right, cool. We'll wait for you to come back.
That boy sweating ain't about to be Cousins.
He like, damn, y'all done trade Cousins. Damn. Y'all done trade Cousins, homie.
Oh, no, you want to go grab the charger. So we got our second. And
shout out my guy Adam Dub in the building, man. I see you, Dub. Appreciate you, man. I see you in a minute, man. Vaughn in the building, man. I see all y'all in the building too, man. Squad Nation, Wiggins World, man. Shout out to you, man. I see all y'all. My guy Dylan in the building, man. I see all y'all, man. Let me give y'all a Ric Flair. Zoe, let's go.
Hey, I feel like one of those quarterbacks. Is gonna drop a little bit. I just don't know which one yet between Jaden Daniels and Drake May.
Well, Drake May already got picked. He went number 2.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, like a real life. I got you. Yeah.
I think one of them's gonna drop.
Yeah.
I just don't know which one it will be. But I mean,
like the scouts are super. Like I honestly, Caleb Williams it seems like is a lock for number 1, but the scouts are really big on on Drake May, man. They really big on Drake May, boy.
Caleb Williams is such a generational talent.
My boy Skull Mafia said he feels like Caleb's that guy that's gonna fall. So I mean, it could be. I don't think he's gonna fall too far. Like it ain't gonna be nothing like it ain't gonna be nothing like he falls 10 spots or nothing. Hell no.
Hey, if he falls to 3, if I'm the Vikings,
falls to 3. You taking him?
I'm doing
that's a fact.
Well,
you heard what Jordan Addison said in it when they asked him. They said, "So what would a team look like with Jordan Addison? What would the offense look like with Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and Justin Jefferson?" He said, and Caleb Williams. He said, "Shit, scary, for sure, scary." Bro, and I believe him, boy. It would for sure.
Oh my goodness, that would be crazy. I like.
But we ain't getting Caleb. We ain't getting Caleb, bro.
No. We're gonna go ahead and lock in with
Go ahead and get. We're gonna lock in with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We're gonna lock in with Jaden Daniels.
All right, boom. We got
All
Jaden.
right.
So we got our quarterback. All right, cool. Then our next pick will be 42, unless y'all feel like we should
Let's
trade
pause
back
it.
up. Pause it. Hold on. Damn,
Yeah.
my bad. All right,
No,
boom. So we have
good.
pick 10.
Oh no, go ahead. You can bring it like towards like the end of the first round.
End of the first. All right. So we'll go. Let's see. 14,
Wiggins,
15.
shared verse.
Let's see. I'll stop it at all right, so I stopped it at 21 real quick. So let's see. I'll go slow so y'all can see it. All right. So Marvin Harrison Jr. fell to pick 6. Boy, hold on. What the hell? Damn. So Malik Neighbors and Roma Dunze went before Marvin Harrison Jr. That would never. That
ain't happening. that ain't happening
for sure. Brock Bowers, that would be scary. Brock Bowers going to the Bears. I wouldn't like that. He's a dog.
Man, so say it's Caleb Williams. Wait, because they have the other pick. Yeah, they have the other first round pick.
So Dallas Turner went to Denver. Nate Wiggins going to Verse. I know that's somebody you like. That's somebody I like too, man. He gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what we could do is we can probably trade up a little bit in the second and maybe get Sweat, or y'all tell me what to do.
Let me see what the draft board is looking like.
All right, let's resume it, or you want to see what the draft board is looking like real quick?
Yeah, let me see what the draft board looks looking like.
And so we got Jaden at 1.
Yeah, we got Jaden at 1 real quick. Hold on.
We got your boy Zach, RG3.
All right,
that's what reminds me of is RG3.
All right, so hold on.
I hope he's all right.
Oh, I don't know if you can look. Can you not look at the board before you draft?
I thought you could. Maybe not. That's fine. You could just resume it.
All right.
Yeah, let's just see what's available. So we got the quarterbacks. Now we just need to just hit needs. I know they say when you're drafting for needs, you're gonna keep having needs, but let's just see what's out there.
Now we on the clock. All right. So now what position? Just tell me any position.
Hey, I know this is wild, but I'm just saying the tight end from the Texas Longhorns, that would be fun on offense. We're not going to do it, but that would be really fun on offense with Hawkinson and him.
Nah, yeah, it ain't
that'd be a crazy offense.
Yeah.
All right, let me see the rest of the board.
All right, so you want me to? All right, so here's the board.
I said we go defense. Dre.
All right, so hold on.
We're.
All right, so these are the top ranks. Bo Nix, then we got a tackle. We got the tight end right there. Who you talking about? Sanders.
So for me, it would be Chop Robinson.
All right, what you thinking, Zach? You think Chop Robinson? Everybody agree with Chop?
Yeah, I like Chop.
I like the acceleration Chop has. Chop's a little undersized, but he's a hell of a pass rusher.
Okay, let's get Chop.
And that's what we need, man. We need a pass rush. So
yeah,
let's trade back up into. I think we should try to trade back up into the third. Yeah, we don't have a third round pick, so we'll trade back up into the third. Let's do. Here, y'all tell me when. We in the third, so I'm gonna stop in the third. Yep.
Imagine putting Chop on the opposite side of Danielle Hunter. Like that would be an amazing pass rush.
That'd be crazy.
So let me see. I want to see.
So we're gonna get their 66. Y'all want to trade? Y'all want to trade for this 66 pick just to get a third round?
I'd be down to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just see if I can. I'm just gonna force this one right here real quick, just because it's pretty much. Hold on. Yeah. All right. We'll give them 109. Woo! And we'll give them 109 and some stuff. All right. So we up there. All right. So now we there. So the board, Ricky Parcell.
Bro, Ricky Parcell on that offense. Adam Thielen replacement.
Nah, bro. We need a defense, brother.
We need defense. I agree with Zach. We need some defense.
We
need some defense.
This man.
My boy Dre acting like JJ already out the door, boy. He ready to trade JJ, boy. He want everybody but 18.
Hey, KJ's gone. KJ.
Yeah, but I think Brandon Powell.
But we got Brandon Powell.
I think Brandon Powell decent.
Y'all sleep.
And bro, we can hit somebody in the free agency.
No, I know. I'm just saying that. Ooh, y'all sleeping on somebody, the receiver from Florida.
Hey, I do believe in him, though. I believe in him. I think he's good. But it's like me, when you got JJ, I'm like, listen, I'm not even trying to throw too many other receivers the ball, to be honest with you. Like, I need
AJ you got rock. Jordan Addison. You got a lot to spread around, but let's see. So
how about a A corner or
look
a
at
safety. That's
DBs.
all.
Nah, we need a tackle,
What
bro.
do
We need a defensive tackle.
A tackle?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Let's
Yeah, we do need a
yeah.
tackle. We do need a
We'll go to
tackle.
defense interior. All right, here we go. So we got
Yeah, because we're
I'm
losing a
trying
lot
to.
of people in that D
Clemson.
line.
They got your boy right there. Texas,
Yeah,
stand up. Let's get it.
I'm pulling
Yeah,
Texas,
sweat
that's
stand.
off.
sweat.
I'm
Yeah,
pulling him
Texas,
off.
stand
yeah.
up. Let's get it.
I agree with y'all. That's a nice one. I like that. Ooh, this draft looking fire.
Hey, man, but
Hey,
pause
if we
it.
get
Pause
some
it.
two
Pause
nice
it. Pause
defensive
it.
pieces, I'll be
Oh,
good to
pause
go.
it.
I'll feel good.
Yeah,
I got you.
Zach. You
Yeah,
loved Adam Thielen, right? Adam Thielen was your guy.
I did love Adam Thielen.
You put Parcell in the slot.
Bro, I want the receiver, bro.
I'm just saying.
Hey, my boy Dylan said Purcell would be nasty. He
Yeah.
would
Oh
be.
my
He would
gosh,
be
bro.
now,
You
but
put you put that man in the slot, and it'd be trouble.
Who's
I just
throwing?
think
Who's
about
throwing the
it. I
ball?
just think
Who's
about it
throwing the
like,
ball?
yeah, I think about it too. Like, man,
Jaden
when
Daniels.
you got JJ and you got Addison,
Yeah, I
man,
know,
like
I
you
know.
don't want to put too much. Like, too much could be
Yeah.
too much. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
just have that right mixture, man. I think Addison and JJ are enough, especially when TJ Hawkinson gets healthy. It's like you try to add another playmaker there. It's like, it's going to be underwhelming in my opinion, where it's like,
Hey, but who you gonna put single coverage on? You can't put it on JJ. You gonna put it on
that's
Jordan.
true.
He gonna make you pay. Hawkinson, you mess around with them linebackers if you want to on Hawkinson, and you have somebody like Parcell in that slot.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all something, man. How y'all feel about one of my biggest guys that I'm
Look
willing
at
to walk
that.
off of right now is a Caleb Evans. I am
Yeah.
not a Caleb Evans fan, bro. I think a Caleb Evans
Oh,
is a
you say you're
safety.
not?
I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Oh, me
Caleb
neither. He needs
Evans
to
is
get out.
under.
He needs to
Yeah.
leave, bro.
Like we
I'm
cannot
done.
go into
Yeah.
the season with him starting on the other
No.
side, bro. It just can't
Yeah.
happen. Like that needs to be addressed ASAP. I don't
Flores,
care if it's
didn't
in free
Flores bench
agency
him?
or in this draft.
Didn't
he
Flores bench him
He
during the
did bench
game?
him at one point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
rightfully
He did.
so. Rightfully
He's
so.
terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing. Depending on what you do in the quarterback position in the off season and free agency, you have a little bit of extra money to get you a average or above average starting corner, and you'll have money to put on offensive defensive line. So when
Yeah.
you go in the draft, you can make those fun picks. Like, why are
Yeah.
you drafting the receiver in the third round? Because we fixed some of our needs, in free agency.
Right.
So let me ask: can we afford Antoine or no? Antoine Winfield?
We
No,
could.
and they tagged him.
They tagged
they're
him.
tagging
They tagged him.
tagged
Yeah,
him?
but we could have. All right, let's get it. Come on, let's just resume the draft. Let's
All right.
let's
Now
just see
the
what we
next
can do.
pick is 130. So we can
Oh
either
yeah, that's true.
trade up
That's
into
true.
the fourth. Let me see, because I mean, if y'all wanted to do a 7 round, that's cool too. I didn't know. I usually don't like doing the whole draft, but
No,
Nah,
yeah, we
I
ain't
feel
got
you. I
to.
feel you.
Yeah, we ain't got to do the whole thing.
Let's just stick and pick.
yeah,
Let's
all
just
right,
stick and
we'll
pick.
stick and pick. This will be our
So
last
we-
pick right here. We'll see who's on the board for
Yeah.
us.
So we got the quarterback and we got the edge rusher and we got the defensive end. So
That's
Is
decent.
your receiver still on the board, Dre?
We'll see. We about to
Nah,
see right
nah,
now. Let's see.
nah.
Hey, if
buddy.
he's still on there, hey, I said we go get him for it.
Nah, buddy, gone. Jordan
He's gone?
Travis. What's your thoughts on Jordan? Oh, Will Shipley.
So Jordan Travis was one of my favorite quarterbacks going into the college season, but then after that injury, I would stay away from him. Yeah,
Really?
after that
You
injury,
would?
I would stay away from him. Yeah, I would stay away from him. You know what
Will
I'm saying?
Shipley, Will Shipley, he's in college. He was one of the best college running backs. He's shifty. He's not super fast, but he gets the job done and he can.
Yeah, but
he can
fourth
read.
round, though?
I like your boy. I like your boy from New Hampshire, boy. The one that was at the senior boy.
Yeah,
That boy
yeah.
Low, boy. He go
Yeah.
hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
He one of them
does.
type players where
All right.
he come from a small school, but he gonna be a
Yeah.
playmaker in the NFL.
All
bro. He
right.
just
I
does
think
it.
we should get a back, though.
Nah,
But like
I see
6th
a
or
dog.
7th round.
I see a dog right there. Kalen King is your cornerback that we are drafting for the Minnesota Vikings.
Kalen King. You
Kalen
agree with
King.
that? You agree with that,
Kalen
Zach?
King.
You like?
Yeah, I
Kalen
don't
King?
mind it. Yeah, I don't
Kalen
mind
King.
him.
I like Cam Hart a little better, but I'll go with Kalen King. I think Cam Hart probably off the board anyway, so it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah. I think that's a start.
I mean, that's the way we got to do it, though, right?
Alright.
If we're getting rid of Kirk, we get Jaden, and we got to go heavy on defense, man. We have to.
We gotta
Have
go
to.
heavy on defense. I agree with that. Yeah, like you give me Jaden Daniels, man. Do whatever the hell else you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna put it like that. They gave us Hey, we got an A. Y'all got an A though. So
Hey,
we
let's
got
go.
we got
We'll take
Jaden Daniels. So we got the QB of the future. We got Chop
Right.
Robinson. That was a good pick, getting the edge right there. traded back
Yeah.
up into the third, got our boy Sweat, and then we got a guy that can compete out there at cornerback, man. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For 4 rounds. I like it.
Yeah.
And the truth is, in the NFL, the first 4 rounds are crucial, you know what I mean, to guys that should actually contribute to the team. Now, once you get past the 4th round, it's like, okay, you hope these guys can contribute, but you also aren't mad if they don't, because that's why they're 5th round picks. You know what I mean? Like the top 100 though, like you trying to make some noise at that spot for sure. I feel like JJ McCarthy is the best option to fit our offense playbook happen. Yeah, I love JJ, man. You know, I'm a Michigan fan, so you can't sell me. You can't. Hey, look here, you ain't got to beg me to have a good time. What, man? JJ a dog.
So
JJ
that's
a dog.
That's funny. Me and Zach had this conversation, and I told Zach, I said something I like about JJ is he was playing NFL caliber defense in Alabama, and his first possession, he threw that interception. Any other quarterback, you know, could have folded. Like, oh, well, you know, this team the SEC is a lot faster than us. You know, I'm just gonna play a bad game. And he went and he balled out in that game. I like JJ. There's something about him. He has it too, bro.
I mean, he is young. I like that he's young. He's like 2 years younger than everybody, 2 or 3 years younger than everybody.
Yeah, he's only he just turned 21. Yeah. Like me and Dave were talking. Think about this, bro. Like I'm 30. I'm about to be 35. So I would be 50 years old when he signs another contract like Kirkwood right now. When you put it into perspective like that, it's like
wild.
Bro, that's wild, right? How young this guy is, bro. Like that is crazy. I'll be like 50 years of dog. My daughters are gonna be in their 30s, bro. Like I'm gonna be sitting there like, hey, re-sign JJ McCarthy, extend him. You know what I'm saying? Like
I like him. Yeah, I like him.
That's wild to think about, man.
It's just
I think Drake's the best one in the draft, though. I think Drake is the best one, bro. The highest potential, I think.
There's a lot of people that like Drake too. You know what I mean? The truth is though, like this is one of the more exciting quarterback classes that we've had in a long time. So that's good. Like you think about it like this as Vikings fans, and as a Vikings organization, how they're probably feeling is what better time to be in the situation we're in, though, if you think about it. Right? Because like if we were in this same situation last season, I think Kirk Cousins would have already been signed for one, because it was underwhelming. Like you really had, I mean, the Will Levises once you got past Stroud, Bryce Young, and Anthony Richardson, like the Will Levises weren't really, nobody was about to reach up for them. But this year, it's almost like you can have freaking 4 quarterbacks go in the first 6 picks. You know what I mean? Realistically, like so. It's gonna be, man. There's a lot to pick from.
They're gonna go. Yeah, they're gonna go, man. These teams need quarterbacks. These teams need them.
They're gonna fly,
man. So it's man. It's a good year. That's why it just feels right. Like you know, for the ones who do like Kirk and want to keep Kirk, it's unfortunate, but I'm gonna tell you, man, we're in a good as a fan base. If you just get rid of how you feel about some of these guys, like as far as Kirk goes. That we're in a prime position because there's a ton of quarterback talent coming into the draft. Now, out of these 6 guys, only 2 or 3 of them are going to be somebody most likely, but still, let's hope that we get the right guy. Like that's what we have to have faith in. Like let's have faith in our GM and Kevin O'Connell, really, because that's why we hired him, in my opinion.
That's why we hired him.
Like we brought KOC in to make the decision. Not Kwesi's not picking the quarterback. KOC's picking the quarterback, and he should.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sure,
I mean, if KOC can make Mullins throw for 500 yards, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right with a young guy with the KOC.
And speaking of that, man, JJ had how many yards? Almost 200 yards. Oh, did he have? He had like almost 200 yards with Nick
it was
Mullins.
crazy.
Yeah,
twice.
So
Nick Mullins was slinging it.
So
that's what I'm saying, man. We're gonna be good. It's funny you're saying that, Zach, because I know you was like. Think we're gonna be like one of the worst teams if we don't bring Cousins back. I think we're gonna be okay, bro. I really do. I think we're gonna be okay. I think this is what you signed the GM and the coach for, is to find Kirk can't do it forever. So he has tools around him. He have Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson. He has 2 offensive tackles that are elite, and he has a quarterback / head coach that's gonna get him right. Like I think we'll be okay. We may be a little bit less in quarterback play, but I think the team can be okay and be the same, if not better, in the future.
All right.
Shout out Curtis in the building, man. Shout out Jax, man. I see y'all in the building, man. He said, "I truly believe we should let Kirk walk. Thanks for everything, though." So, hey, giving him his flowers, like why? And don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out, type of deal. You feel me? Like we appreciate you, but you got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is, man. Crin said, as long as we have as many as 500K fans. Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about. Let me just read it. Make sure if you have any questions for y'all, and then I'll let y'all go, man, because we've been running for an hour. Let's see. Team Penix. Let's see. Any questions, man? Y'all got any questions, man? Listen, again, make sure y'all subscribe, man. It's pinned in the comments. It's pinned at the top. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Let's show them some love because they putting out content, man, talking Vikings. And listen, you know, the ones who subscribe from over here, y'all probably gonna be more Team Drake because you hear how he talking about Kirk, you know. But it's all right though. Zach gonna hold his ground though. You know what I mean? Something tells me though, something tells me though, he gonna ride for whatever decision is made though. Like
absolutely. I'm a Vikings fan. Absolutely.
You're a Vikings fan first, so I like that, man, for sure. You know what I mean? You may like Kirk, but you ain't like the type of, because I said this, when Kirk does leave. Like, there's going to be a lot of these people we see on X and stuff that are going to go with him. Like, there's a lot of people that are just fans of Kirk Cousins and his political beliefs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even about Vikings football. It's more just about who he is, what he believes in, his dad's being friends with certain people, and that's what it is. And that's okay. You know what I mean? But we'll weed those people out once he walks out the door, for sure.
I just want us to win a Super Bowl. That's what it's about. Winning a Super Bowl for me. If Cousins gives us the best chance to win a Super Bowl, then I'm a Cousins fan. I just feel like 6 years, one playoff win, what's understood don't need to be explained. Let's try something different for once and see what happens. If we're trash, you get higher draft position to try it again. Like
the 49ers did. Like they traded the farm to get Trey Lance and still goddamn made it to the dang NFC Championship game right after. Then they went to the Super Bowl. It's like, God dang, you know what I'm saying?
So I think
we're gonna be good, man. Yeah, we gotta do big. But we appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm sure everybody in the chat appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Skull Nation, it's pinned at the top of the comments. It's pinned it. I pinned it at the top of the comments. So y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to that link there. Man, we gotta do this some more. You know what I mean? We'll definitely do this some more and start tapping in, man. I appreciate y'all. For sure, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All Vikings, baby. Let's go.
All right, brother. Let's go.